So I was going for a walk, enjoying this nice weather. I was doing a lot of thinking. We got this coronavirus shit going on, and all this isolation, and everything's shut down, and rightfully so. We got to keep people safe, but for us that are in recovery, it's a tough time, especially early on in recovery. I know a lot of people right now that are struggling. We're being told to isolate, and that's the worst thing you could possibly do in recovery. The opposite of addiction is connection. We're being told to disconnect. I was struggling for the first few weeks, starting to fall into old habits, starting to isolate, not going to meetings, not reaching out. But I've gone down that path too many times. I know what will happen. I'm not going to let this coronavirus take me down, get me loaded again. So I started reaching out to people, calling, and and then the Zoom meetings. All meetings are closed, but we got the Zoom meetings. I mean, hell, it's easier than ever to go to a meeting right now. You can do it from your own couch. So I learned that, this shutdown we have going on has nothing to do with my recovery. I can still work my program. I can still go to meetings, go to 2 a day. I can still work with my sponsor, finishing up step 11 a day. I can still call people. And the biggest thing I've done is starting to reach out and help people that are struggling. Just calling, asking how they're doing, helping out. So if you're struggling right now with this, reach out. Call people. Go on to a Zoom meeting. If you have no one to call, go on a Zoom meeting. Hey, I'm struggling. If you're too shy to talk, type in the comments, I'm struggling. I need someone. You'll get numbers. And call. Get help in this. I found lately that my recovery during all this has actually gotten stronger. My program has gotten stronger because I've had to force myself to go out of the norm, to do things that I'm not used to doing. Get consistent in this inconsistent time. And it's beautiful. I've never felt more at peace, and I think the steps for that, working with my sponsor, being honest with another man, it's so important. We may think we know everything about ourselves, all our issues, but we're in just denial in our addiction. It takes another person to point out, help you realize who you really are, what your character defects are, what your denial patterns are. Speak to someone who's been through it. I was laughing this morning, I can't think of any time in my life that we've been so willing to give up our power during all this. Our work's shut down, everything's shut down, and we've been willing to do so, but with our addiction, we're not. We're not willing to give up that power. I was unwilling for many years, and all it's done is led me into treatment programs. Living in my truck, going through a divorce. Got to give up that power. It's refreshing. Humble yourself. You'll learn more about yourself than you ever have. So if you're struggling right now, call. Put down in the comments section that you're struggling. People will be there to help you. I'll be here to help you. Send me a personal message here on Instagram, Facebook. The links are above. Reach out. I'll give you my number. We can talk. Don't let this whole situation we're in right now let you fall back into old habits. Let you fall back into the misery and fucking hell that addiction is. Use it to grow strength. To become peace with yourself. A lot of people out there willing to help. You're loved, whether you believe it or not. In AA, you are loved. Reach out.